The I-765 is the official application for work authorization that you will need to include with your OPT application. This presentation will go through the I-765 line by line so you can learn how to fill out the document. Let's start on the top left side of the document. The first thing you'll need to select is what you're applying for. If you're applying for regular OPT, you'll select Permission to Accept Employment. Next, enter your name. Make sure to put your family name or last name in all caps, and then your first and any middle names in regular case. If you've legally changed your name or used to go by a different name, include other names used on line 2. If you do not have any other legal names, just write NA. You shouldn't leave any lines on the I-765 blank. If a question does not apply to you, simply write NA. On the next 2 lines, write your address. This is the address where your I-765 will be sent, so make sure it will be valid for 3 to 4 months in the future. We recommend using an address in Chicago or at least Illinois. Write your full address on the line. If you live in an apartment, make sure to write apartment. Include your city, state, and zip code. We recommend using the last 4 digits of your zip code. You can look this up on the U.S. Postal Service website. Next, include your country of citizenship, place of birth, date of birth, gender, and marital status. If you have a Social Security number, write it on line 9. If you do not have a Social Security number, simply write NA. Line 10 asks for your alien registration number or I-94 number. This is the number that's on your physical I-94 card or on your electronic I-94 entry record. You can look up your I-94 entry record number on the CBP website. Instructions are on the OIA website. Question 11 asks if you've ever applied for work authorization from USCIS before. If you have, select yes. If not, circle no. CPT and on-campus employment do not count as this type of work authorization. This is anything to which you've actually sent an application to USCIS before. On the top right-hand side of the document, the question continues. Which USCIS office? This refers to the question before. If you have not applied for work authorization through USCIS before, simply write NA. If you have, you will write the location of the USCIS office to which you applied and the dates that your application took place. If you're not sure about this, please contact OIA. For the next question, results granted or denied, this also refers to the question before. If you have not applied for work authorization through USCIS before, write NA. If you have, write whether your application was granted or denied. You will need to attach additional documentation to your application if you have applied for work authorization before. You can contact OIA if you have questions about this documentation. The next few questions ask about your entry. So write the last date you entered the U.S. This should be the date on your I-94 card or electronic entry record, the place that you entered the U.S., and the status the last time you entered the U.S. For most people, this should be F-1 student. However, if you've changed your status while in the U.S., make sure to write the status under which you last entered the U.S. For question 15, write your current immigration status, which of course should be F-1 student. Question 16 asks what you're applying for. You'll have to enter a code depending on what you're applying for. If you're applying for post-completion OPT, you'll write C3B, and you will handwrite F1 post-completion OPT. Make sure to write this neatly and clearly in the space. If you are applying for pre-completion OPT, then you'll write C3A, and also handwrite F1 pre-completion OPT. Again, make sure to write neatly and clearly. The last question on this side is for STEM extension. So for regular OPT, you'll write NA, NA, and NA on all of these lines. However, if you are applying for the STEM extension, you will be filling out your degree, your employer name, and the employer's E-Verify number. If you have questions about the STEM extension, if you're eligible, or how to apply, please see the OIA website. Finally, the bottom of the form asks for your telephone number and the date. After you've filled everything out, make sure to sign the document. Stay in between this top and bottom line as you sign the document. Okay, now that you know how to fill out the I-765, you can combine it with your other OPT application documents and bring it to the OIA front desk for processing. If you have any questions about this, please contact your International Student Advisor or email international-affairs@uchicago.edu.